gonna be playing some NBA Live 19.
Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. You don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. 200 to Izzy, get my ice here. Plastic, y'all as real as Buzz Lightyear. Say, got that done with the prices. I don't do this for we got. They don't check none of the artists, so I'm. Problem is, you see me get it crazy. 8212 was bracket. I might be in that Escalade, but I ain't lacking. Put that on you, act like I don't know what happened. I hear the story, be like, that was trash. Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hook. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. I had to let it cool up. Hey, Miss Dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk.
I'm still under 21, so I can't. But them my name and they can't wait. Crib came with a court and some legal officials. Cake around my neck, VS1 the crystals. Extended magazines, shuffle limousines. $4
Good evening from Northern California. Jay Warriors Thunder, always a great rivalry, but no doubt another chapter was opened in the 2016 offseason. It's become about one player.
Yeah, and that player is Kevin Durant. You know, Ed, 2 years ago, there was no doubt this was Stephen Curry's team. But after winning a championship, now there's no doubt in my mind this is Kevin Durant's team. And it starts because KD has been embracing who he is becoming as a person. He is kind of a villain, and I like that about him. He's a guy that barks back at the media and also claps back at random fans on social media.
What's empowered him to be this person now compared to his days in OKC?
A change of venue can create a change of mindset.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
It's Steph at the controls. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Russell Westbrook powers it through. Where did that come?
I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of
Got
things,
him
they're pretty
again,
tall
bro.
compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're
Dang it.
speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Thompson. His first effort off the mark. To Adams. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Warriors have the basketball. Thompson to Durant. Jumper's good. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Turns and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Westbrook into the front court. 10-4 is the score. Beyond the arc for three. Tough shot there for Westbrook. He always thinks it has a chance. Thompson tosses. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Curry has it to Green. Knocked loose. Thunder have it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. It's Cook with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Kevin Durant looking good. 4 for 5.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason, Paul George stays in OKC.
I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Boy?
Cook to bring it into the front court. 9-point margin.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Shot from in close, no good.
I held
Durant
that down too
across
long.
the timeline. He'll run the offense. Deep two there, won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Dang, dude, I suck at shooting sometimes.
Green to Durant. Has a look. Wide
Not-
open look, won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball.
Knocked it away.
Oh! Some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Patrick Patterson with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Strong finish for Paul George.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Livingston. Here comes the screen. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not going down here. Westbrook cleans it up. Offensive board. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. And a nice cushion for the Thunder. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with
guys. Back up. Back up here. Let's get ready.
As we get things started here in the second quarter. Iguodala to bring it up. Down by 15. Livingston. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything. That's why shots aren't dropping.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Klay Thompson picked up by Schroeder. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
It's a 5-second violation. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Bell. To Sean Livingston. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Golden State at the controls. Livingston to Thompson. Knocked loose. Thunder have it. Got it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down a bundle for three. Textbook defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Short jumper stays out. Livingston. Jordan Bell with the dunk.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Schroeder to Adams. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Westbrook. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Here's Curry with it up top. Trailing by 14. And the assist.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
George against Klay Thompson. DeMarcus Cousins sends it away.
Now I know how it feels.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Now a shot by Thompson, no good. Steph Curry. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Dude, that's straight on the bucket. What?
No good. Curry knocks it down. Defender
Bro.
has to get there next time.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
New blood coming in for both sides. It's George for two. Paul George. He's now 5 for 6.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Easy pass to the rim.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Knocked loose. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Steph Curry against Westbrook. From the painted area, won't go down. To Westbrook. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
KD with the rock to Thompson. Picked up by the Thunder. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency.
Again,
you will get a great shot every possession.
Drive through him, Westbrook. Let's get it.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Why not?
God,
Russell
okay,
Westbrook is the
here.
only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim.
Okay,
It's
dude.
that easy.
Nah.
Here's
never.
Durant for 2. Long key from 3/4 court. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando.
The Thunder dominated this matchup from the opening tip. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Warriors have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Steals.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a terrible job of adjusting to the flow of the game. They're also lacking effort in their execution.
Player of the half.
Russell Westbrook has been punishing the rim with a variety of dunks. This is a guy that wants the top play section all to himself. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thunder certainly didn't have a problem putting up points in the opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities.
Game track. Steals.
What you see on the screen is how this team put itself at a disadvantage. They definitely have some adjustments to make for the second half.
Player of the half.
Sorry about that. I didn't know it wasn't like that.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Durant with the basketball up top. His guys down big. Thunder have it.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Rises for the slam.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
To Thompson. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last
Dang
touch
it,
by
Saul, you gotta be
It
freaking
remains
kidding me.
Warrior basketball.
Hi, they freaking suck, Warriors.
Knocked loose. Steph Curry.
Again,
guarded by
again,
Russell
again,
Westbrook.
again. It's
Stuffs
easy.
it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate.
Oh, this is working a lot. We got George in there. We got Westbrook. Let's keep it up.
Markieff Morris swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Draymond Green, defended by Markieff Morris. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on a three-point play. Career 88% from the line. Free throws good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Russell Westbrook with the rock. And the finish at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Curry to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Knocked loose. Westbrook with it. His guys holding the big lead. Stuffs it down with authority.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Curry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Draymond Green against Markieff Morris. And finishes strong.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Can't let him score.
The follow won't go either. Thunder with the basketball. Adams in a matchup with Boogie. Down low for Aldridge. DeMarcus Cousins.
Good job.
Snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
George buries it on the catch and shoot. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
He's gonna keep playing until they get tired. I mean, dang. They're freaking killing it out there, so I can't really do anything.
Curry. Tough
Nice shot, Curry.
He hits.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Russell Westbrook matched up with the two-time MVP. Here's a chance from long range. Missed it. Draymond Green rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Westbrook. 4-3. He missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses four in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Steph Curry against the former MVP. Steven Adams tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
It's Russ at the controls. Draymond Green pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Steph Curry against Westbrook. Baseline drive. Curry all the way, but a shot won't fall. Westbrook across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Curry to Green. Lets it fly from long range. And Draymond Green all in one motion. Give it to him for three.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Now the Warriors going to call a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. Markieff Morris with a piece. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. It's Westbrook. Deep two there. Won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Durant across the timeline. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Schroeder here against Steph. Trying to cash in. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down. Curry with the ball.
You see, this is why players get out here hours before the game, and they get a really good lather.
Knocked loose. Livingston picked up by Westbrook. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. It stays with Golden State. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Schroeder. Jumper's good.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Durant. And the rebound taken in by OKC. That misses with 2 seconds to go. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Thunder in command of this one. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter, and it might be time to empty the bench, Jay. This game appears to be well in hand.
And their starting 5 has certainly earned the fourth quarter off. They've been terrific this ball game, and this is the type of game where you find a chance to relax. You ice up, you watch your other teammates play, you applaud them, and you get ready for the next game.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Now ready to shoot at the line.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
Dennis Schroeder at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's Steph Curry with the rock. Knocked loose. Steph Curry guarded by Schroeder. Counted.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Schroeder. Down low, Noel. To Schroeder. Fires the 3. And Green able to clear the rebound. Curry into the front court. Down a bundle. Green to Curry. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
The Thunder have the possession. Schroeder takes aim at Steph Curry. Now Adams down low. Big man, Steven Adams. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of them.
Nerlens Noel able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And count the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Noel, guarded by Livingston. Has a chance, gets a look, can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
It's Steph for 2. The follow won't go either. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Markieff Morris matched up with Livingston. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Kevin Durant sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
From long range, off the iron, no good. Oh, Draymond with the putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was
I'm
such
gonna
a great job
broadcast.
by the offensive
I'm
player.
gonna make some.
Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the
I'm,
shot and getting
OKC.
a crack at the extra point.
Dennis Schroeder.
Alrighty, you guys. Fourth quarter, I already
3-point
took
play.
out like
Hasn't missed
Westbrook and Paul because they were doing amazing. So Shooter, the kid right here, I
Free
have,
throws good
he's pretty
as they
good.
continue to widen their lead.
He's the one I'm about to guard Thomas with. Yeah. Oh, this is
To Durant.
Merms. Never mind. This is Grant. He's pretty good.
Funky abusing the rim. Big
Shooter's
finish.
one right
He
here,
climbed the
17.
ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Schroeder. A bad pass there. Warriors have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
He's about to be over.
Shot by
now.
Curry, no good. Short jumper stays out.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to
This
miss
guy's
a lot of
tired.
shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Off the mark to Green. Durant. Can't miss those. Adams sizing up Draymond Green. Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket inside.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Curry. And Jay, they call the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
I've had like 8 steals altogether. Like
Curry
well,
to
9,
Thompson.
like 10 comparing to what I've been doing. Actually, like
Trying
15.
to cash
but-
in, that's what you come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Schroeder,
That was
tough
Curry,
matchup
I think.
against Durant.
Oh, he just slipped.
Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no
They
good.
haven't
And
given
there's
up
always so
yet.
much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end that makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Deep three at the buzzer. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew,
I'm not.
I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a...
The Thunder put their opponents away in a blowout. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense.
I want
They
to see who
committed
was
to their
cold.
grind, and
Who
got
was
rewarded.
cold?
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title
What?
of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game.
He's a bot.
Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
This one's savage.
Number 2.
This one's savage also. Yeet. And this one is savage also.
This one is top savage.
Ooh.
Player of the game.
Who was the player of the game?
Russell Westbrook was happy to throw down plenty
The
of
player
dunks.
of the game. Player
And
of
if
the
the
game.
defense happened to be there, he brought them along.
Player of the game.
Right, Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook
Of course it's
was
Russell
aggressive today
Westbrook.
with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks. And here's a view of the upcoming games for the Golden State Warriors.
At Utah, Denver, at Phoenix, and Washington as well.
The Thunder could not have been more dominant in this game. They
What?
did it with blocks. See y'all
What?
next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
William. Hello?
Now you are.
What? The mic don't move like the thing. You mean the speaker? Yeah, it doesn't. It never does. Look at Westbrook.
With dreams of a stacked fortune, black kid with dreams by any means to seize some cell phone keys to a black portion. That American pie, he just want a portion. Product of that environment that he was forced in. Changed course when it's out of control. Feel it down in my soul. Fast forward and foresee that fork in the road. Listen, mention you on the road, foreign car whipping. It's mind bending. Open your eyes, I'm bending the rules. Time ticking. The time's different on a globe where every soul trying to survive in it. That's the main concern. Whole hood celebrate when the tables turn, you see. Feels like I'm on the cusp. Great forever, forever's not long enough, it's just. Man once said the grind can't stop. The letters in your name get bigger like cap locks. Still can't stall so far from your last stop. Deaf to the yes man, blind to mascots. Look past the moment and try to find your last opponent. Trying to find the answer before this life flashes past you. Blink of an eye, go ghost like a phantom. I'd rather imagine a whole block popping, toasting glasses. More life, no ashes to ashes. Live life fast with no crashes. You can picture that with no caption. Try to see the vision, no glasses. You can picture that with no cameras or flashes. You could just imagine. Still keep my hunger like fasting. Still keep a ghetto fab like putting money in the mattress. And that's just point blank. No biting my tongue. Be so frank. In your top 10, they don't rank. They asked me to change some things and no thanks back.
Come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined
This is the
by
Clippers'
my
first
running
game.
mate
That's what
here
I'm losing.
tonight. It's Jay Williams.
That's all we're
Always
gonna
a
do.
pleasure. Do you see the intensity in their eyes tonight? Do you see that passion? We're going to have a barn burner. Let's check it out.
You can see it. You can feel it. I know this takes you back. Let's do this thing.
What if one person has on yellow hit him?
The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Drives, but a shot won't go down.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Westbrook. His first effort off the mark. Picked up by the Thunder. To Adams. Paul George gets it in the left corner. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To George. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Well defended as they secure the rebound. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. And Lou Williams, quick catch and shoot there for three.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continued.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Knocked loose. Thunder have it. Russell Westbrook powers it through.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Here's a chance from long range and a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungry.
To Paul George. Gets it in the right corner. George. Now Adams down low. Big man, Steven Adams. Missed his first. That one goes.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Beverly into the front court. Down 3. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Beverly into the front court. 5-point game. Down low, Gallinari. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume, you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
2 minutes left in the first quarter.
To George. 4-3. Paul George locked in. Hits the tough 3.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter.
Nah, keep him big man in.
New blood coming in for both sides. Jeremy Grant snatching it out of the air. Westbrook with it. Up 6. Out of bounds. Last touch by Russell Westbrook. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. And count the basket.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Big man, Steven Adams. 2 of 4 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Thunder have it. To Westbrook. Stuffs it down with authority.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 10. Knocked loose. That's a momentum play right there. Terrific hustle. Ball stays in play. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
It's LA Clippers ball. Steven Adams rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And a backcourt violation. Lou Williams. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It was gorgeous. I love the way he shows you the ball, then cradles it and lays the ball in as smooth as butter.
Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one. He'll put it up at the buzzer. The first quarter's complete and a nice cushion for the Thunder. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Russ at the controls. Has a chance. Shot by Robertson off the mark. Count the basket at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Patterson with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Easy path to the rim.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
No good. No daylight. Great defense. Can't connect from in close. Short jumper stays out.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
To Bamutek. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. LA Clippers with the basketball. Swings it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Westbrook. Working hard on the glass to Paul George. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder have it. Paul George to Adams. It's Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. With that shot, he's 5 for 8. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Time to shuffle things up. Westbrook to Adams. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket. Knocked loose. And this will get out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. So it'll stay with the LA Clippers. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Picked up by the Thunder. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Beverly. Oklahoma City's got it. Missed that one. You want to see more, knowing the defender was still right there. Big man, Steven Adams. He's now 4 for 6.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
The pass taken away by the Clippers. Beverly gets a look. Can't hit. Schroeder with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Markieff Morris able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Wide open look won't go. Schroeder. Robertson's shot, no good. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly. Steven Adams pins it. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Flushes it home.
The assist from number 21,
Deep three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
The Thunder have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Clippers did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. These are the guys getting
game track. Defense.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are exhibiting some great defense. They're refusing to let shooters get comfortable and showing great anticipation in the passing lanes.
Player of the half.
Russell Westbrook was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Thunder didn't. Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to
Dang, I've been streaming for an hour and 57 minutes.
It's Russ at the controls. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, cleans it up, and a putback slam.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shots. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Has a look. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
It's plain and it's simple. The difference between a winning team and a losing organization is the fact that their ability to finish plays. You have to find a way defensively.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This is a statement game for this unit. This defense has generated a lot of easy offense. And the one thing we know in the league, easy offense is hard to come by.
Slams it home on the putback. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Paul George. With that, he's 5 for 9.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Fires the 3, and the rebound taken in by Williams. Knocked loose. Thunder have it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Nothing going here on that drive. To George. For 3, it was contested, but Paul George still dials in for 3. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Trying to cash in. Shot by Robertson.
I mean, I'm not mad. I'm crushing these kids, but like,
that's what you keep doing.
I don't get how I hit it right there.
Into shooting that jump shot.
I mean, I know it's not like clear green, but like, come on. It's not. It should be not buckets, but at least do something.
You can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
It's Westbrook. Off the mark.
I wasn't
He's made
watching
those
that
before,
time.
but that was well defended.
That's how you do it. You
So I
keep
did that.
riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't
What
calling
if we Fortnite
it,
after
keep being
this?
physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. Has a chance.
But
Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. Knocked loose. They'll get it down low to Howard.
Alright, peace, y'all. I'm going to end this video right here. I'll see you guys later. Make sure you have a good day, and bye.